Tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you want to shop at O Street Carpet. We offer 12 months same-as-cash financing, Lincoln's best selection in stock, free in-home measuring, and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know the new Honda sales are going really good right now at Honda of Lincoln, and with that, a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in. Can you tell our listeners about your pre-owned selection?
I'm happy to, Charlie. Like you said, with new Honda sales going very good, we have a lot of fresh trade-ins coming in daily, and not just Hondas. We have just about every maker model you can imagine, with over 100 pre-owned and certified pre-owned to choose from, and prices starting at just $5,900.
Wow, what about financing?
We have financing as low as 3.29% APR on certified Accords and CRV.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
So what's this new concept happening at 1040 O Street? There's 93.7 The Ticket, there's the Mill Coffee and Tea, and there's Grandma's Bake Shop and Beatrice Bakery? Well, yeah, it's all of those things. It's a place for the community to hang out, grab a drink and a bite, and just chill, or work, or meet, or chat, or whatever you want to do. 93.7 The Ticket, the Mill Coffee and Tea, Grandma's Bake Shop and Beatrice Bakery, all together at 1040 O Street.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in to Ticket Weeknights. This is the Don't Punt Hour with host, as always, the morning personnel in studio. Plenty of things to talk about. You had Tom Brady calling the NFL mediocrity compared to his days. You got Iowa and Nebraska. Getting close. At one point, I thought it was the record at 25.5 for the over-under. But I just checked again on Fox. It's 26. That's what they're sitting at now. So could be curious there. I definitely still think the under, as crazy as sounds. But yeah, I definitely want to dive into that because obviously you played a part of that rivalry and you know all the ins and outs and how physical that game can be. And if you're really being honest, this point, Wisconsin, that one, even though we've lost a lot of times, feels like a rivalry. So let's just go ahead and get the Wisconsin game out of the way first. You haven't been on the mic yet to talk about your feelings of it. OT loss. Complete opposite. We do take the field goal this time to send it to OT. We end up losing. Last week, we decided to go for the touchdown interception.
It's I mean, the whole game, I think necessarily if you don't take the gas kind of off the pedal, like early on in the game, I don't think it necessarily gets to where it got to.
You mean when we get to 14-0, like you're saying, keep the gas on the pedal? Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's still Wisconsin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like anything can happen. So I understand trying to play conservative, but I don't think that, you know, that you still got to go out there and play football. You know what I mean? Like you still got to go out there. Football is a game of change. So any type of emotion swing or something can happen and go in their favor. So if you're up and you're, you know, on point and whatnot, why not continue, make it 21-0 and just keep the foot on the pedal. And I feel like that's kind of like where they kind of got caught at. That game is a physical game.
Yeah, we saw that.
It was a
like
physical.
Nebraska.
It was a physical game. So I mean, it just It sucks because we were right there.
I think that's the most upset I got all year watching the game. Because I'm not going to say the guys weren't playing hard. I hate that argument. I thought the guys were playing hard. I didn't think it was an effort problem by any means. But man, to get Wisconsin again, and wasn't even Allen this time. You thought Braylon Allen was going to be the guy. It was Mordecai on the QB run that was killing us. Allen, he did have a couple. He had drive.
He got started late.
Yeah. He had a drive late early on that was really, I want to say it was in that third quarter. They came out hot. And then after that, it really was. We got him bottled up. Sanford, one of the lockdowns for Nebraska, comes in here complete. He gets knocked out a little bit in the process. One of the hardest hits I saw here. It was awesome. Next play, you see Gifford attack Braylon Allen. Same thing. He's in pass protection. Gifford runs him right over. They actually were doing pretty good. Obviously, he's going to get his numbers, but you're physical with him. At least letting your presence be felt. You're not going to give up an easy 2 yards, even if, you might get a little banged up on the other side. But really, the most frustrating thing for me was it didn't matter if we're sending, an all-out blitz, if we're playing it safe, we're putting a spy on Mordecai. It was the QB run over and over on those 3rd and longs that was just killing Nebraska on stopping those Wisconsin guys.
They got it in the right. They got them, right where they wanted them at, and it was just right there. And if they could have capitalized on, stopping them a couple of times and killing, their momentum and everything like that, I think we walk out of there, with a W. And that was one of the more closer games in the past couple years to where, early on dominating on both sides. And I'm like, okay, here we go. And it was continuing, and it was just a slow leak.
Yeah.
And it just, didn't.
Slow leak's a good way to put it. It felt like the air out of the balloon was just slowly leaking out, just all the momentum. And, that was the frustrating thing. Again, was our punting game. Buschini, it just hasn't it's been an up and down year for Buschini with the punts. There's been a few times where it just felt like, man, we can't afford that field position right now. And that surprised me a little bit. I thought it was just kind of be a one-off game with that Michigan State. Showed up again, hopefully versus Iowa. You get that under control, because that's going to be a killer with the field position game. Because anytime you give Iowa field goal position, that is gravy for them. They'll salivate at the idea of any points. I mean, we're being serious here.
Literally,
because they know they're going to play that slow pace, patient game. They'll play field position all day long.
Smash mouth football, and just as hopefully our offense don't make mistakes or hurt us, and if we can go out there and get something off the board, most definitely. But this is another clash of Titans, another car crash coming this week. And it's
a great way to put it.
Oh, it's a physical game. It's cold. You really can't eat, your Thanksgiving food because you got to play.
Yeah, it's 11 a.m. kickoff too.
So it's you hate this week, but you like it. You like it at the same time because of the rivalry and everything like that. But it's everything. It's a short week, so preparation, everything speeds up, or you take some things out and kind of get things going or whatnot. So I think it's going to be another one of those games to where which team's offense can complement their defense. And I don't think our offense played bad.
I mean, with Chuba Purdy, no turnover, except I'm not going to count the one at the end there. I talked to Amon about that. Anytime the game's on the line and you have to throw the ball, you're not counting that pick. Yeah. So no turnovers for Nebraska, theoretically.
So, I mean, like I said, I with the Wisconsin game, hopefully, they just, everything's on the line. Like you have really nothing to lose. You win, you get to play in a bowl game. You know what I mean? So you're right there. It's just, hopefully everything can come together in all phases of the game. We dominate in all phases of the game and don't have to worry about, all the other stuff outside of the building and everything like that, or, shooting ourselves in the foot and whatnot. But I mean, that Iowa defense is good. So I think that's another, opportunity to show what we can do.
Yeah.
I think what the quarterback showed last week that, he has the confidence to do it. He has the willingness to do it. He's accurate. Decision-making wasn't bad. So, I mean, he's fresher than anybody else on the team.
Yeah.
So
saw that with the speed.
Yeah.
It was good to see him go full speed like that.
So that'll be good. Let's just see. Let's just hope that, they keep on the attack for all 4 quarters instead of pulling back.
That's my biggest fear, right? Is I don't want to show up to a game there where we show up in there immediately respecting Iowa's defense before challenging it.
Oh well, man,
Like we better challenge it early and let them prove it first before we get away from our game plan.
They put their pants on just like the next man. It may be all day. Why not? Like there's no reason why that they can't lose. Like they were in that position last year, and look what happened last year.
Yeah, and so, you'd hate to not go bowling and not trying everything you can. If you go in there with a conservative game plan and you don't go bowling, you only got yourself to blame. It's just one of those things where, and again, Iowa, you don't ever hope for a player to get hurt, but they're going to be without Cooper DeJean. That's huge.
That's their
for Nebraska.
Their best player.
Yeah, best player on defense by far. Yeah. He's just an absolute stud out there. That's going to be huge for Nebraska. Not having him, that's one less guy you got to worry about. He's been really the straw that stirs the drink for that entire defense. Just an absolute leader out there. So again, you don't ever hope for someone to be injured, but he's not going to be out there on the field. So that should help you. If you do decide to take any deep shots, that's an elite player out in the backfield. You don't have to worry about anymore. Should be interesting. But let's go ahead and hear what Marcus Satterfield has to say about that Iowa defense and what he sees looking at him.
Grown men. It's I equate it to like church league. Like you have the high school boys that are really good basketball players that go play in the church league gym. These old men with goggles and knee braces, they think they're going to run them off the court, and they look up and the old men have just physically, emotionally, spiritually, competitively just destroyed them in the in a 30-minute game. So they're just some guys that they're sound, they're physical, they're disciplined. They play like their coach's mindset. It's just very impressive to watch. Very, very impressive to watch.
It's a good analogy, right?
Most definitely.
They're going to be playing like they're going to be, might be goofy looking. It might not be that flashy.
They
but it don't matter.
They might not be the most athletic looking or slow. They definitely look like that they shouldn't be where they're at.
Yeah,
but they are definitely fundamentally sound.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be in the right spot at the right time. Everybody's going to have their part and do their part. That's one thing you can count. On them being that.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a boxing match. Have you seen Creed?
Yeah.
And you remember how
which one you got 1, 2, and 3?
The second one probably where he was he switched up his training and it was in a tire and it was just a flat out like swinging. That's how this week is gonna be.
Yeah,
like that, like that. That's it, blow for blow. Like it, it's coming. You know what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? And you have to throw your punches, empty the clip.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Again, you got nothing left on the line. That's one thing that I felt like was huge for Nebraska last season. They played loose and free. They played like they had nothing to lose, and they come out with the win because they're just flying around the field. And I feel like when you're not overthinking it, you're just going on instinct, going with at that point in the season, it's the last regular season game. Your instinct should be right at that point. Sometimes it's going to be wrong, but for the most part, you should have the confidence to fly around the field. You should know where your other guys are going to be at. You've had that contingency long enough. I think that was kind of the edge for Nebraska last year. They came in there and they just played loose, which felt like, under Mickey Joseph, it felt like it was kind of coming to fruition a little bit there. And then Iowa, obviously some tough news there with Mickey, but nonetheless, you get that win. And that's what it was to me. So let's go on the flip side now. The challenge that Tony White might not be as big as a challenge as what Satterfield's got in his hand, but what challenges do Iowa's offense provide?
Yeah, if you talk about a team that's just they are so resilient. They know who they are. Think about it, right? The offensive coordinator and all that stuff happens, and they quarterback change, and then the tight ends going down and guys getting hurt, and they are still performing at that kind of level. So you have, first of all, you got mad respect for what they do and how those guys operate over there, and then that's a place that they know who they are. And their tight ends are a huge part of their offense. They got so many personnel groupings, and they use them all different kind of ways: run game, pass game. They throw tight end screens to them. So it's a challenge. It's actually kind of cool when an offense does that to you. You have to make sure you have all the answers. So they keep you on your toes.
So yeah, you kind of hear it from there. It's going to be a game where obviously knowing Iowa, the tight ends are always going to be a big part of it. When you were playing Iowa, what were kind of some of the things that you really locked in on, in particular on that offensive side of the ball, though, to just try to put some pressure on that defense, because it hasn't changed a whole lot since when you played there. Mm-hmm. It really is that same brand of football. Maybe a few X and O stuff, some small tweaks, but for the most part, still the Iowa that you played?
Every year it was kind of the same thing for 4 years. It was just, testing them. We understand, who they are, what they want to do, how they want to do it and whatnot. But in the same time, how we were operating in the wide receiver room, like they haven't faced a group, that was doing what we could.
Mm-hmm.
It was just making sure that, everybody else, would do their part and everything like that. So, I mean, I've seen a lot of their first or second round talents that have come out of there. Jim Thorpe winners, Desmond King. I can't remember his first name, but I remember his last name was Jackson. He got drafted to the Packers,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like another guy or two. So I mean, we knew what they were and everything like that, but you still had to go out there, and regardless of how many stars or finalists or whatever it was, it didn't matter because they still got to stop you. And our coach harped a lot on us that only ourselves can stop us. So if we go out there, play our game, do what we're supposed to do, and everything like that, we'll be fine. What we had to do and everything like that. Now, let the offensive line do their part, let the quarterback do their part, and everything like that. Let the running back do their part, and that was that. But from our receivers versus their secondary and everything like that, most of the times I feel like we got after them and everything like that. Stan had his parts and stuff like that. Kenny had his parts and stuff. Wesley had his parts and things and whatnot like that. So it was just remembering, it wasn't really about them and kind of listening to like what everybody else was saying about them or drinking the Kool-Aid on that. It was just kind of honing into like, okay, well, we gonna show you that it's not what you think it is. Type of week and everything like that.
Yeah, it'll be curious to see how this Nebraska offense tries to attack this defense, because that is one thing you can talk about your era. You got some skill players, some weapons that I don't care what you have on defense. There's no way man for man you can match up and cover all of those guys. Maybe you can get a few coverage sacks, but for the most part, if you run those plays enough, there's no way you're keeping a Kenny Bell, Westerkamp, Pearsonell, any of those guys.
Morgan.
I always forget about Morgan.
Spillman.
Yes.
So I mean, as I said, I feel like the wide receiver cores that I've been in, B. Riley, Alonzo Moore, like the wide receiver cores that I've been a part of. We always attacked whoever it was, regardless of whether it was Ohio State, Penn State, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota. It didn't matter. But like I said, we were one part or one piece of the puzzle. It has to be a collective group effort. It can't just be, okay, well, y'all got off and you know what I'm saying? Like you got a quarterback that's, stepping into things and everything like that. He's comfortable, he's confident, he's fresh, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a battle between the trenches and everything like that. Wisconsin showed that, them blitzing off the nickel side or, getting pressure and everything like that was a problem. So hopefully, they can address that, make corrections for that. Because week to week, people are just going to copy and paste what gave you problems and do it to how they're going to and everything like that. So as long as, the offensive lines hold up and do their part, the quarterback is accurate and, making good decisions and everything like that and keeping, manageable downs and everything like that, I don't think, that they'll be able to stop what we got. We got weapons, getting everybody involved. I don't think they did a good job of doing that last week.
I was good to see Grant out there again.
Yeah,
I thought that was smart with Iowa coming up.
You should have been doing that the 4 games ago. You should have been doing that, at half the season. You know what I'm saying? It was a mix up, change of pace and everything like that. Give you another spark and everything like that. So hopefully, his volume goes up. Hopefully for Donnie, volume goes up. You got an accurate passer who's not afraid to throw it and whatnot. Let's kind of get him going and get him, with some mismatches and everything like that, and take your shots downfield. Obviously, you've seen the young guys step up and make things, so they can. So I mean, coming back home, why not go out with a bang?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be fun to see. And you definitely know Purdy's got the arm strength. He's had a few throws now across his body, across the hashes, where he's still putting them on the dot. Now, again, there's not a whole lot of coverage around it when he's making those, which is smart because those got to take a while to get across the field, but he's throwing them on a dot. And I will say one thing, it was so good to see the speed he had, because there was multiple times where Wisconsin has QB spy out on him, and he's still just beating them to the edge regardless. It'll be interesting to see how Iowa does that, if they can compete with Purdy's speed. And if they do put a spy on him, well, hopefully that can open things up on the passing game. Because I'm assuming, I mean, if you're Iowa, you're going to go for stopping the run. That's been Nebraska's bread and butter all year long. It's the number one thing that Iowa is good at. They've only allowed one 20-plus yard run all season so far. So that just tells they are stalwarts when it comes to the run game. That's where I'm like, I don't want to come into this game just seeing that stat and not forcing the issue, though. I want to see us try to push them as much as we possibly can in the run game.
Make them guard every blade of grass or turf. You know, so I mean, we understand what the task is. That's fine and dandy. No task is too big. You know, there's still majority of the same team that was there last year. So hopefully, you know, we can continue to establish, you know, a dominance. And like I said, they started hot last week, so they have the ability to.
Yeah.
So, you know, just getting out there, establishing your confidence, and, you know, continue to push the pedal and play. Don't just, you know, sit back and be restricted. No, make plays happen, you know, make them play. And if they're good as they say they is, we'll make them show us on Friday.
Yeah.
That's what it has to be.
Yeah. And we know we got a guy in Lloyd already. I mean, I'm just what I've seen out of him, the speed he has, the ability to catch the ball, take the contact, stay with the run. I've been impressed by him. It felt like it's going to be Malachi Coleman to be that next guy step up. Not to take anything away from him. He's been great as well, stepping up into that role so early. But it feels like with Lloyd's speed, you can set him up on some plays there where he's shown the athleticism and the burnout speed to where if you get him in space, he's able to make at least a couple guys miss just based off his speed, not even making a move, just beating them on the edge.
Just flat going. So, yeah, no, Jalen is a special kid. I really like him a lot. It's going to take everyone. It's just not going to take one person. You know
100%.
what I'm saying? They were throwing, you know, those quick bubble screens outside. Can we get a fake and go on something of that? Like,
I think it's the same thing.
I'm like, I know you setting it up, and like I know it's in the play call and everything like that, and you know what I'm saying. And you know, we got caught on a halfback wheel, and like, you know, you got a quarterback that, like I said, that's a little bit more accurate now, and you know, we've ran that play earlier in the season. I want to say it was against Illinois, if I'm not mistaken. And he missed them on the sideline. So they have some good plays. They have, you know, a good mixing of things. Like, let's just put it all together. You got a guy who you're a lot more comfortable with. You know, I understand turnovers have been a thing. Don't be afraid of turnovers and let that kind of, you know, sway the game with calling it. Like, it is what it is. No turnovers, still lost. Turnovers, we won. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, let the kids just hang it out and let them, you know, release everything.
Yeah. And, you know, I think that's the mindset they're going to have going in.
Hopefully.
I'd be very surprised. You know, I would hope they don't let the pressure get to them.
I don't know. But I don't think from the outside looking in, I don't think that like that was really ever a thing outside of when it was between, okay, well, you know, Sims is doing what he's doing. And other than that, you know, they've looked pretty much, you know, solid regardless of not paying attention to the outside noise. So I'm not too worried on that. You know, it's just sticking together. And like I said, you know, at this point in time, you know, people are upset, people are mad. You hear things left and right. And, you know, so just continue just to keep a calm head. You know, and just take it one play at a time. Like I said, keep the sticks moving and, you know, dominate on all three phases. Special teams got to be special.
Yeah.
You know, offense, like I said, put points up and continue to applying pressure. And defense, hopefully, you know, we can get some turnovers and make something happen off of that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be huge. Obviously, you look at Iowa, they don't give up turnovers, period. That's just what they do. That's what you keep referring. They play the field game. They're not going to turn it over. You're going to
run it. If two guys are making a tackle, you know, hold the guy up and the next guy in, you know, strip the ball. Just, you know, some way to get more opportunities to change the game in for us. You know what I'm saying? To put it in our favor. So,
and I'm surprised that there hasn't been more people picking off Deacon Hill. But like I understand they're conservative with their throws, but I mean, he's had some ducks where he's gotten lucky. So it's not like it's not possible. He's had a few fortunate
passes
that
yeah.
just should have been picked off, and the guy wasn't ready, maybe because it was just that far off the target where he wasn't expecting it. So it's not like a thing where, well, Iowa doesn't give up turnovers. They're going to be hard to. No, you can still go.
They're out there.
Yeah.
It can happen. It's just
Might be a special teams.
Hopefully, they seize the opportunity when it does come. Somebody turns their head or taps it and picks it or something along the line, or a forced fumble or something. So they're right there. They're not far off. They played a good game. It's just they didn't play a whole complete game.
Yeah. And that's kind of been the problem for a lot of the season, right? It's like, you look at the Colorado game, great first half, bad second half. You look at the Minnesota game, you're playing great. You come to the end of the game, you come up short. Michigan State, same thing, come up short. Maryland, come up short. It's just that fourth quarter, Wisconsin, overtime. You have to find a way to finish games. I honestly think the only way you do that is you get a few under your belt, and then you kind of get that confidence. It's like, okay, we know how to close out games now. We've done this. But I just think that first one is just hard to kind of bust through and get that big close win. What was that like before we go to break here? What was that like in your experience? You weren't really in an era of, I want to say, multiple losing, but with those close games,
I was in between. I had multiple wins and multiple losing. So I was kind of.
What was that like, the mentality of breaking through kind of that negative energy when you were on a losing skid?
It was never, the outside people that, really made things happen on the inside. It was more so, okay, we're a few plays away or a few, missed assignments away from, okay, that's changing, or, a few plays that should have been made. We know we can make and everything like that. And it wasn't made. You know what I'm saying? There's a momentum shift, a momentum swing, a play here, a play there, and that was it. It's hard to do, but you got to know it's coming and everything like that. Because I remember in 2014 when we played them, we had a terrible first half. We were down 21-0.
Yeah,
Sam punted a ball off the guy's helmet. That they got up on us like fast. And, we settled in. We knew it was nothing that they were doing. It was all us. And that second half, we just started. It was like a peeling an onion. It was just one layer after one layer after another. It just kept peeling, and then we got to overtime. Kenny secured the game-winning touchdown, and that's all she wrote. So it's just got to take it one play at a time, and just keep your focus like downfield and not worried about what happened, or just keep your head in it. It's gonna happen. It's a part of football. So just do what you can do, control what you can control, and play with all energy that you can.
Yeah, and that's one thing looking at this game, that if you're Nebraska, you feel pretty good about hopefully not gifting them great field position. It seems with Purdy, the turnover thing's gotten a lot better, and penalties. It's about 3 games in a row now where the penalties, we're just not killing ourselves like we used to be. 2 games where we only had 1, and against Wisconsin, I think compared to Wisconsin's numbers, it was pretty good for us on the penalty wise. So that's one where hopefully they keep that up. You don't want to give Iowa's offense any gifted yards because they're hard to come by for them already to begin with. We'll throw the break here on the Don't Punt Hour. Don't go anywhere. We got Harrison running the 1s and 2s. Host as always, DeMornay Pierce-Snell. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Carper for O Street Carpet. For Christmas, we're doing everything possible to help you spruce up your home without making a dent in your holiday budget. If you need new wood flooring, new carpet, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you want to shop at O Street Carpet. We offer 12-month same-as-cash financing, Lincoln's best selection in stock, free in-home measuring, and we'll install it right away.
O Street
1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Nutrition Authority invites you to save 35 to 75% off at our Black Friday Blitz. We're taking our better than internet prices and cutting them even deeper, bringing you the biggest sale of the season. Monday, November 20th through Monday, November 27th, the Black Friday Blitz is on at Nutrition Authority. For location information, check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for high-quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings. The holidays are drawing closer, and there's not many things better than getting the gift of relaxation. Not just for yourself, but for anyone in your life. During November, for every service you get at the Body Shop, you get entered into their drawing for a free massage gift certificate equal to your last service. This goes all the way to the week before Christmas, so book your appointments now at thebodyshoplincoln.com and treat yourself and loved ones today. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Join Planet Fitness now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. You'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of perks.
Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide?
Yep.
And massage chairs?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend every time?
Sure.
Can my friend be a horse?
Nay. Sorry. Get the PF Black Card and feel fit-tacular. Only $24.99 a month. Our most popular membership, the PF Black Card, is your ticket to getting all the perks. Join today. See Club for details.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in Ticket Weeknights. I am Harrison Arns on the ones and twos, host as always of the Don't Punt Hour. DeMornay Pearsonell in studio with me as we get ready for Thanksgiving, just right around the corner. Tomorrow, obviously no shows on air that day, but we'll be back with you Friday, 1040 O Street versus Iowa. Pregame show starting at 8 a.m. You'll still have early break from 6 to 8 a.m. and then 8 to 11 will be the pregame show. And then a watch party. So if you got nowhere to watch the game, you want to hang out with the Ticket crew, We'll have some beverages up here for everyone. We're all just going to sit down, watch it, and hopefully see the Nebraska Cornhuskers become bowl eligible for the first time since 2016. Morning. It's crazy that, man, I've been in Lincoln. I'll never forget, Scott Frost. It's crazy to think about now. I was Scott Frost all bought in, like, here we go. It's about to happen. Turn around. Nope, doesn't work out. We keep trying. Now we're here with Matt Rule. And we got another season where it's like, damn, we're stuck at 5 wins again. I just, for the life of me, just give me something. Being a Bulls and Bears fan at the same time, I just haven't seen a whole lot of winning. So selfishly, I need this one just to get a little bit of extra postseason play. And we've talked about it. The postseason, that helps a lot for the team, especially if it's your 21st and you're in Nashville. Then it's an extra great time.
Man,
but on top of the baggage, you get that extra team chemistry, that time with the teammates. And for everyone coming back, I can only think that helps out that team going forward. But I do want to kind of continue this conversation with Iowa football and Nebraska football. If you guys want to chime in here, 402-464-5685. And then after that, I do want to ask you about the Tom Brady comments with your exposure to the NFL and Tom Brady calling it mediocrity today. So we'll tie that one up and we'll talk about that later. But looking at this Nebraska-Iowa game, Black Friday, early game, what are the keys real quick? We'll go with the keys and we'll move on. Just the keys for the offense. We talked about it a little bit, but how do you just begin to start moving the ball in this Iowa defense?
You got to challenge them. They've played just as many games as we are. They're sore, they're hurting too. So challenge them. Put them in positions, and make them really do what they say that they're going to do, or do what they're say that they're good at. I think definitely that challenging them, keeping the gas on the pedal for sure. Keeping the ball in manageable situations. Last week that killed us. Seconds and long, thirds and long, and everything like that, and it just that's just not good. And especially with how we've been operating, and I felt kind of like a little bit of a recorder, because I've said this often each and every week.
Well, it's been the same result every week.
But it's if you keeping the offense out there moving and everything like that, and you putting them in the best positions, okay, at the end of the day, you at least can walk out of there with 3.
Yeah,
at least, and that still be better than their offense. So
I think it might be the first team to get to double digits. That's probably your favorite to win. Even if it's like 9-12,
probably.
Like it's
for
gonna
sure.
be that.
Again, last week 17 points. I'm telling you, like, that's just what it is.
Yeah,
it's either a touchdown and a field goal or 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
That's the beautiful part of this game, right? That's another team that got their scoring problems. That's one where it's like 17. That might be it. That's enough to win.
So definitely that, and we've seen the big plays happen early in Wisconsin. Like you got to have one of those a quarter.
Yeah,
if not 2 a quarter, just to keep them on their toes. Okay, y'all defense is good. Your DBs are good. Test it. Like, what I'm saying? Like they're gonna they're gonna stack the box. It's gonna be man coverage on the back end and everything like that. Give the young guys a chance. They've shown that they can step up. Jalen has played in and out the whole season. So he's fresh. He's not beat up or anything like that. Malachi has starting come around these last couple of games. So
early on, he was kind of the young the young wide receiver, and now it's kind of been Lloyd. But both those guys,
so just be consistent in your attack. Unleash your weapons on all phases. You got 2 guys that can 3 guys that can really do it through the air with if you add Fedoni in there. Make their linebackers cover these receivers, put them in the passing positions to catch the ball and do something and everything like that. Use all your weapons as you can. Like, empty the clip. It's all or nothing. It's not gonna hurt anybody. Like, and if you don't do it, you'll be irritated and mad at yourself for not. And then these fans are going to get on you for not. So
that's a long off season too.
So every day somebody's gonna have a story about this program.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what it is. So, why not go out with a bang? Let whatever loose. And then, on the defensive side, just bounce back. I'm not saying that they haven't, been showing what how they have been. But like I said, we've played a lot of games this season, injuries and everything like that. So it piles up, especially as a physical game as this is gonna be. Just so your mental toughness has got to be there. Your physical toughness is got to be there. Be in the right positions at the right time. Don't let them out of third and long positions. Capitalize fully. When you got their backs against the wall, like don't give them any room to breathe, and hopefully create some type of turnovers.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That's the thing with Iowa's offense. It's gonna be unique. It might be third and long, and they might go conservative and go ISO up the middle. Like they don't care. They're like, yeah, we'll punt away here. Another chance for the offense. They might really just keep doubling down on your offense is going to have to beat us, and that's why it's going to be important. Like you said, unload the clip. There's absolutely no reason, and we've talked about it before. But if we lost to Iowa last season, that would have been a long off season.
Telling you.
This would be an incredibly long season because another game where you're going to lose bowl eligibility on, and it's crazy to think, heading into Michigan State, it's like we just got to get one of these games. We drop one, you drop one, you drop one. You didn't think it was going to be Iowa to decide it all, but here we are at this point.
You were at Michigan State. You were licking your chops like, okay, we might be in this thing. This has been, an incredible year, and but that's still looking.
We're looking at the Big Ten West at that point.
You were looking too far ahead of you instead of the next opponent in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, this week, they come into it, with their focus realigned, and zeroed in exactly. Just take it one game at a time, because this is one of, like I said, this is going to be a slow paced, ugly football game.
Yeah,
like that. Their offense isn't pretty. Ours has flashed. Hopefully, you're more confident. With your quarterback after seeing him play last week. You didn't know going into it. Like now, you got a lot more confidence coming into it and everything like that. So hopefully, maybe some of the things that you weren't able to call with the other two guys are off the table. Now those things might really be on the table, and you can catch Iowa because nobody's seen it.
Yeah.
Nobody necessarily, like it's not in the statistics. So yeah, they prepare for it, or but it's not. You can exploit something, or you can bust a game wide open because that's not your norm.
Mm-hmm.
And it might come down to just playing a half better than the other team. And if you gotta, if you got the points on the board, or you got the momentum to do that and everything like that, that might can get you the W at the end.
Yeah, and it's going to be that way. It's funny. You look at the ESPN. Again, these are never a great way to bet on your football games, but you look at the ESPN, it's 60% Iowa wins. Then you look at the odds, and Nebraska's -3.5 favorites. So it's a game where everyone's kind of tossing their hands.
They're just that's just saying Iowa's defense. They're thinking that they're, so far superior than we are and everything like that. Like I said, they are what they are this season.
Mm-hmm.
They've won ugly.
Yeah, that's why every game's close odds.
They're not, they're not a flashy. They're not gonna scare you or anything like that. Like, what you're getting yourself into. What you have to do and everything like that. You just have to get up and swing harder than they do. They get
Mm-hmm.
We go down 7 times, get up that 8th and swing as hard as you can. It's gonna be one of those types of game, and it might be 3 plays that put you on top. That comes out of it, because it's going to be a tight game. Like, it's not one of those, it's not a Colorado game to where it's through the air or anything like that's not Iowa. Iowa is, true smash mouth football. And I think, they met that same challenge last week, and I think they did well. It's just, it wasn't enough because, the gas wasn't all the way there. So, this is it. So come with it.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll definitely be a car crash. I mean, it won't be a Bugatti and Lamborghini. It'll be a 95 LeSabre and a rusty muffler truck running at each other. It's
one of them old Fords.
Yeah, it'll be
some farmer trucks. That probably Western Nebraska still got in their barn. It's gonna be one of them types of oof.
That's the kind of car crash we're gonna need. It's gonna be ugly, but hey, you look at how I was lost. 1, 2, maybe 3 big plays, and their offense just can't compete with that many explosive plays. So you really turn over an explosive play, you catch them, maybe you throw it early when they load up the box, which if you're Iowa, they'd be smart to do that.
Just find the mismatch and exploit it. Like I said, you got a guy that you're a little bit more comfortable with throwing the ball, and he looked good throwing it.
Yeah.
And what's on your side, like I said, he hasn't played all season, so he's fresh. So a lot of other people are a lot more beat up than him.
Mm-hmm.
So use that to your advantage. Find the mismatches and everything like that, and just keep the gas going.
Yeah, we'll find out on Black Friday as Nebraska Cornhuskers take on the Iowa Hawkeyes at home. 11 a.m. kickoff. Again, we'll have it here at 1040 O Street. Watch party if you guys want to hang out with us. But we'll throw a break here. One more segment on the Don't Punt Hour with host, as always, the Morning Pearsonell. I'm Harrison on the ones and twos. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-to-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerentoown.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Muchachos has been Lincoln's leader for New Mexican barbecue for a few years now, and they've expanded into Omaha. That's right, you can get all your favorites like the pipeline burrito with 3 meats, rice, beans, queso, and crushed chips, or any of their great taco options in Lincoln or Omaha. Plus, they want to give back, as the Malachi Coleman Give-A-Rito, a 2-meat hatchback burrito, gives proceeds to the Fly Like Kai Foundation for the Lincoln foster care community. Stop by Muchachos in Lincoln at 11th and L or in Omaha at 1258 South 13th Street.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know the new Honda sales are going really good right now at Honda of Lincoln, and with that, a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in. Can you tell our listeners about your pre-owned selection?
I'm happy to, Charlie. Like you said, with new Honda sales going very good, we have a lot of fresh trade-ins coming in daily, and not just Hondas. We have just about every maker model you can imagine, with over 100 pre-owned and certified pre-owned to choose from. and prices starting at just $5,900.
Wow. What about financing?
We have financing as low as 3.29% APR on certified Accords and CRV.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
So what's this new concept happening at 1040 O Street? There's 93.7 The Ticket, there's the Mill Coffee and Tea, and there's Grandma's Bake Shop and Beatrice Bakery? Well, yeah, it's all of those things. It's a place for the community to hang out, grab a drink and a bite, and just chill, or work, or meet, or chat, or whatever you want to do. 93.7 The Ticket, the Mill Coffee and Tea, Grandma's Bake Shop and Beatrice Bakery, all together at 1040 O Street.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
Join Planet Fitness now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. You'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of perks.
Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide?
Yep.
And massage chairs?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend every time?
Sure.
Can my friend be a horse?
Nay. Sorry. Get the PF Black Card and feel fit-tacular. Only $24.99 a month. Our most popular membership, the PF Black Card, is your ticket to getting all the perks. Join today. See Club for details.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, last segment of the Don't Punt Hour. I'm Harrison Rice, the ones and twos. Host as always, DeMornay Pearsonell, and this is the last segment as DeMornay getting the remote start on his car outside the window there, making sure it gets nice and warm as we are at that point in here. What's the weather on Friday? Is it gonna be a chilly game?
I thought it was like the highest was supposed to be like 45. It's gonna be a chilly game.
Okay, good. Let's take a chilly game. Make it Big Ten-esque as much as you can to finish out the season.
Why not?
Yeah, because looking at Nebraska, we really haven't had.
Terrible.
No, it's been a pretty considering the Big Ten weather. Like unless
we also really haven't played at night either. So
that's a good point. Yeah, when you're on the losing side of the ball, you won't typically play at nighttime.
Exactly.
But we'll see here. I do want to ask you before we get out of here. Tom Brady's comments calling the NFL mediocrity today in terms of not only the players, but in the coaching as well. Where do you sit on that? I think he's got some good points about the physicality on how it can change the quarterback.
I think that's funny because he is pretty much the reason why the quarterbacks of why they're so touchy on quarterbacks and everything like that now. And I'm not saying that it was the wrong call, but he's not fully wrong with what he said. I think, I get them trying to make the game safer and everything like that, but there has to be a clear line of what something is.
Yeah, that's the point.
And I don't think it's that. And people are you're penalizing and taking food off of people's table for them playing a violent game. And what he said about it's the offensive players' job to, protect themselves and everything like that. I get that to a certain extent. With going over the middle with dudes not necessarily, aiming for head shots and everything like that. I get that. But I feel like it's on the verge of you're about to have season-ending injuries from these defensive guys hitting dudes, in their chest or anything like that, and they're going to start to go lower and lower and lower. And so I think that's coming. Hopefully it doesn't. But I get them trying to make the game softer, but there has to be an understanding of, what you're asking, defensive guys to do.
Yeah.
The stuff with the quarterback, you're asking 300-pound dudes to, not necessarily like land on top of a guy when they already have like, their chest on them. So it's kind of crazy on like what you're asking them to do.
That's where I get. I feel like it's just there's a certain point where the targeting
you're trying to
stuff's good. Keep that, but
you're making it somewhat not football.
Yeah, 100%. Like the targeting stuff makes sense. That's one we've come to understand. We like that one, but the other stuff where like what you're talking about, the quarterback, he decides to slide late. You're right on top of him. He slides late. You fall on him. That's yards on you.
Like, come on. Like you know when it's intentional and somebody's, like playing foul and everything like that. But if a guy is making a split decision and, he's already in the motion and a dude lowers himself to where he's at and causes a foul, like, come on.
Yeah. Well, it's gone too far when the quarterback's like slowing down, faking going out of bounds just to cut it back inside. Because he knows that if he touches me just a little too hard, he has to slow up. Because if he touches me too hard, I'm out of bounds. That's a flag. So they can bank on them slowing up and just beating them around.
The Kareem Jackson hit.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a targeting. The one he had, and I know Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
The one he had in against Green Bay, on the boundary and everything like that. I'm like, come on. The guy is maybe 5'10" tops.
Yeah.
Like, the momentum's happening and everything like that. Like the dude is trying to lead with his shoulder. At some point in time, like the helmet is big. It's taking up room. Like the dude is gonna turn. It's gonna hit at some point in time. Like that's not intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of accidental contact or just that being, taking up the space of that. Like, and then when he hit, when he hit Dobbs and everything, he's a runner.
Yeah.
Like he's a runner. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come in there straight head on and everything like that. He's leaning with his shoulder. If you put in your shoulder, wherever your shoulder goes, your head is going. So at some point in time, you got, that's a gray area and they got to clean that up. So I do agree with Tom with what he says with that. As far as the coaching and preparation and stuff and everything like that, he's on a different side. I let him, that's his opinion with stuff. But I definitely think, I get they're trying to make the game safer, but they're taking away from the game. Like you have a clear line of what stuff is. And I just feel like a lot of the stuff is very vague.
Yeah.
It looks like something. Oh, I heard a pop. They have pads on for a reason, And I'm not saying the guy's coming over here to take the guy's head off and everything like that, but it's frustrating.
Yeah, there's definitely some haze in the rules.
Because you're kind of taking away from the defensive side. You're making it an offensive game.
Yeah.
And that's not fair.
Yeah. They'll have to figure it out soon because it's not just Tom Brady's complaint. There's a lot of people with that same opinion. So
For sure.
Something they'll look forward in the future, I'm sure, to try to figure out those rules, make them more concise. But that's going to be it for the Don't Punt Hour. DeMornay Pierce-Snell, host as always. We will talk to you guys next week.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into